Lonzo Ball against his former team drops a triple-double, going for 17, 10, and 10. And Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis get in a little bit of a scuffle at the bench last night. Welcome back to our NBA recap. I'm your host, Evan, and we are back with another episode. This was a bit of an exciting night as we had 10 games on the day. We had some big stories and a few not good ones, like the LA one that I mentioned with Dwight and AD. But today was pretty exciting. To start it off, we're going to start with our buzzer beater, but close game victories. So first, it was the Pelicans at the Wizards. Kyle Kuzma starts it off with a huge three-pointer to make it 11-7 to give the Wizards a 4-point lead. And then Spencer Dinwiddie, at the buzzer, hits a three and makes it a 4-point game. And then he hits another three on a runner as Domantas Sabonis then goes up for a dunk on a fast break opportunity. Davis Bertans gets a big three-pointer to give the Wizards just trailing by 6. And then Tris Durant, the Canadian, goes up for the big game tire as he hits a big layup to tie it up. Chris Durant gets a buzzer beater at the half-court buzzer. And Malcolm Brogdon has a good play. Paul Neto has a deep three-pointer to make the game tied, and this is where it becomes exciting. Daniel Albert has a huge alley-oop dunk that got slammed down heavy by Daniel Galford, and that was an amazing pass. The Wizards are now leading by 1, going into a Miles Turner block. That is one of the game changers, but could not make the game that big, as it was a tie game, as Spencer Dinwiddie hits one deep out and gets the three-pointer to make it a tie game in the fourth quarter. Spencer Dinwiddie, though, to win the game, step backs and just misses on the front of the rim as Domantas Sabonis has a dime. Now we're in OT. Spencer Dinwiddie gets to the dime. Davis Bertans has a monster big three-pointer to make it a 3-point game for the 3-point lead for the Wizards. And Bertans, that three paid off as there was a 3-point opportunity for the Pacers. They hit the shot, but it didn't do anything as the buzzer sounded and the Wizards won by 1 on a big game for them. This game was very, very exciting as we had guys all over dropping some amazing stat lines. As Miles Turner in 44 minutes dropped 40 points and 10 rebounds. Malcolm Brogdon and Domantas Sabonis both put up 9 rebound days with 28 points. And Chris Durant put up 15 points. And then on the Wizards side, Kyle Kuzma put up 26 and 11, and he's been looking really good recently. And Spencer Dinwiddie put up 34 and 6, as well as Raynel Neto coming off the bench put up 18 points for himself. This game was one of the most exciting, and it ended in an amazing fashion as it was just a 1-point game, and every point mattered. As I think the big thing was the Pacers had 3 more turnovers than the Wizards, and they had the Wizards just had a 6-point better 3-throw percentage and 4 more assists, which contributed to this win. Our next game is the game, the Pelicans versus the Bulls. The Bulls won by a score. Obviously, it was a bit of a blowout game, actually, as the Bulls won 128-112. As Lonzo Ball returned to his former team and put on a show as he put up 17 points. But in his one of his many, probably, triple-doubles of the year, as he gives the Bulls and helps them out for the win and gives them some big-time assists. To start off the game, Javonte Green has a big dunk, and that was a nice one. A feed from Lonzo Ball, 1 out of his 10 assists on the day. Trey Murphy III has a buzzer beater at the clock to make it still it's 11-point lead for the Bulls. The Bulls, first off, testing out a bit of a new strategy as Brandon Ingram gets an amazing dime pass to get another point for the Pelicans, but it didn't really do much. Lonzo Ball gets a pass from deep, and he does not miss. That new jumper that he worked on last year is really paying off now. But Lonzo Ball, starting off his career, didn't look as effective as he was in high school and college. And, well, it is shown now that he can be an effective player. He has found his role as more of a role player, not really a big star on a team. But he's really going to help out this Bulls team, who is actually trying to make a push now, adding the additions of DeMar DeRozan, obviously Ball, and Vucevic before, as well as Alex Caruso. Also, Alex Caruso has an and one opportunity right here as he goes for the reverse layup, and Brandon Ingram gets called for the foul. I feel like this Bulls team is really going for a push right now, and I don't think it's that bad of a thing because they have a good team, right? They have Vucevic, they have Levine, they have Ball, and they have Caruso as well as DeRozan now, they're all going to be solid players who are really going to help out this team. And I feel like if they build this team mostly around Levine, this could be a force to be reckoned with in the East. Devontae Graham has a deep three-point shot to narrow the score down a little bit more. But then DeMar DeRozan has a runner going through 4 defenders on him to make it a 20-point lead. Brandon Ingram has a big dunk to capitalize on an opportunity. But we see Zach LaVine going for a small layup. Slightly misses it, but Javonte Green gets the dunk to make it 12 points as the Pelicans got a little bit of a comeback on the game. Trey Murphy III has another dunk on the day, but it doesn't matter as the Bulls win 128-112 against the Pelicans. Big things in this game were Lonzo Ball. Ball put up a triple-double. But I say Lonzo Ball, but who else helped out? Zach LaVine. In his 5th season of his career, dropped 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, and went 6 for 9 on the three-point line, and 11 for 19 at the field goal. But I need to give it as well to DeMar DeRozan, who put up 26 and 6. And then on the Pelicans, we had Brandon Ingram putting up 26 and 8 as the Pelicans had a bit more turnovers, but the Bulls had a better field goal percentage, slightly worse by 1% 3-point, and better rebounds and assists, and that really contributed to the game. Plenty of help from a lot of their stars, and they took over the game as that's what they needed to win. Our next game is the Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns, as this game was one of them. Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis say their physical confrontations on the LA bench was a momentary disagreement that has already been resolved now, and the big men are now getting along, which is a lot better because you don't want beef with your own team. And Chris Paul scored his 2000th career point as he grabbed 23 points and 14 assists, and Devin Booker put up 14 points on the day as Dwight Howard and Chris Paul were getting at it. The two vets facing each other again and are not really friends, if you could say, as they don't have the best relationship, but Paul is showing that he is still better at his age. Like you see now, we see Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard getting a bit mad at each other as they had a bit of a scuffle near the bench. We don't really know why, but there was something going on there, and someone looks to be filming what happened, which could be some evidence and to see what happens. Also, he looks to be filming the game, which is a bit illegal. But it ended up as the Suns win 115-105, and it's looking scary for some Lakers fans, as it is not looking good. They are now 0-2 on the year, and 0-8, including preseason games. And it might be time to think about some Russell Westbrook things, as again, Anthony Davis and LeBron James both put up good days, as LeBron dropped 25, 2, and 5, and AD put up 22, 14, and 3 on 38 minutes for both. As Melo, also coming off the bench, put up 18 points. And Russell Westbrook didn't have a terrible day by any means. He put up 15, 11, and 9, which is like one away from a triple-double. But he missed a ton of free throws. He missed 5 on the day, which contributed a bit to the loss. And he just did not really help this team. The Suns just look more coordinated, I said. Like, the Lakers, they don't look like they're a team that's meshing with each other, because they just don't look suited for all of their players, as Mikal Bridges and Chris Paul, Devin Booker all put up 20-point games on the day, and they just looked like the better team. Now we see Toronto and Boston. Nick Nurse doesn't think Scotty Barnes played bad in his first game, and he didn't today, as Barnes put up 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists on the day. And that doesn't sound too bad to me, as he played phenomenal. Precious Achua is getting points now, but Scotty Barnes finishes it off, and Barnes is looking like a generational talent for the Raptors, and it looks like they went for the good pick instead of Jalen Suggs. Barnes is a threat on the inside and on the defensive end, and is looking to build a better jump shot and three-point shot, which he just used. Actually, he got a bit of a fadeaway right there. Jason Tatum, after coming off of not the best game, doesn't look like his fouls are going his way. Barnes can get through the middle of the court, and that's what he does. Jason Tatum, only getting 30 minutes on the game, put up 18 and 6. And Jaylen Brown, after coming off a 45-point game, only dropped 9 on the day, as Scotty Barnes helped propel the Raptors in this game and shut down the big pieces that the Celtics have. The Celtics are a very strong team, by all means, but the Raptors just looked coordinated. They looked good. Their percentages were higher, except for their three-point, but they were 100% free throw shooters, which was one of the biggest things. They did not miss a free throw in this game. They had way more rebounds, 18 more, and had 14 less turnovers on the day, and that is a huge contribution, as well as Scotty Barnes putting up the points he did, as the Celtics lose their first game in their new NBA 75th anniversary jerseys, which that's not that big of a deal, but still, they lost. And the Raptors put up an amazing game. By the way, if you don't know, I am a Raptors fan, just for the future, as we are recording these every single day. So, just to note, our next game is going to be Spurs Nuggets. The Nuggets just won by a score of 102-96, and the Joker, Nikola Jokic, shows up to the game in style, as it is opening night for the Denver Nuggets, as it looks like almost all the teams are playing, and the other teams that haven't still, which is obviously the Nuggets, as some teams were playing their second game or third game of the year. The Nuggets are playing their first. Nikola Jokic, is he ready to repeat as an MVP? I don't know. But he looked pretty good on the day, as he was getting dimes everywhere. He was getting people on a fast break. He was getting them to score free throws, and he was getting back on the offensive side too, as he was muscling through everyone, as he put up 32 and 16. And The Nuggets played an amazing game as a team, as well as Will Barton dropping 12. But it was Nikola Jokic, which was the big guy, and Cam Johnson for the Spurs, who dropped 27 points as the Nuggets won 102-96, as they had more turnovers, more rebounds, more assists, more three-point. But it didn't matter for the turnover spot, as they did win the game because it was Jokic carrying the assist total. The big Joker gets the big game as he propels this Nuggets team to a win. Now let's go to the Nets versus Sixers game. Kevin Durant dropped 29 points and James Harden put up a 20-point game for himself. Ben Simmons was inactive? Why? He was only supposed to miss the first game, and he did. He's missed the last few. Joel Embiid had a talk at the start of the game talking about how they should still appreciate Ben Simmons. But man, that guy is not looking like he's coming back. And they need to work together to find a way that he's going to cut off of this. I don't even know what he's doing. The Nets won their first game of the year as Kevin Durant puts up an almost 30-point game in 15 and 12. Which is a triple-double for sure, and that's one of the triple-doubles that you'll remember. Who's dropped an almost 30-point triple-double with 15 and 12 rebounds, and their teammate dropped 20 points, and they still only won by a few. And LaMarcus Aldridge, also coming off of an illness, which I'm not certain about right now, dropped 23 and 5, which is amazing. If you remember last year, I had a podcast talking about the NBA, and we talked about how LaMarcus Aldridge, if he comes back, he is going to be a huge force to be reckoned with in the NBA, and it shows. As Tobias Harris on the other side dropped 23 points, Joel Embiid dropped 19 and 8, and Steph Curry, the brother of Steph, obviously, dropped 23 points as James Harden is showing how he can hit dimes on both sides to get his but LaMarcus Aldridge some points, and Kevin Durant shows off for a triple-double, scoring 30 points on the day, as the Nets had more turnovers, but they had more points to end it off, as they get the big win for their first one of the year against a Simmons-less Sixers team. Our other games on the day that were pretty cool, the Rockets and Thunder. The Rockets won 124-91. We're doing a fast cap now because we're already at almost 17 minutes. The Jazz beat the Kings 110-101. The Knicks beat the Magic 121-96. The Hornets beat the Cavaliers 123-112. And yeah, that's about it. Our big players of the night for the Magic game, we had Jalen Suggs dropping 14 points on the day. We had Julius Randle dropping 21, 10, and 7. Evan Fournier going for 18 points on the Knicks game. And then on the Thunder game, as they put up 124 points, Christian Wood put up 29-14. Tate Jensen put up 16 and 14. Kevin Porter Jr. put up 20 points. Eric Gordon put up 22 points. And Jalen Green put up 9. I think that'll do it for our NBA recap. If you like this, like, subscribe, comment any suggestions, ideas you've got. If you want to see more of this, just tell me. Drop a DM on my Instagram, North Sports Network.